What's up? What's up? What's up? What's shaking? Pork chops and bacon. This your boy Easy Work Boxing about to hit you everywhere but under your feet with this one. Please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, man. Nobody's talking no racism over here. We just keep it fair and square. You understand me? We just give you what you want, baby. And we're gonna talk about the sport of boxing that we love. You know, I gotta give a shout out to Troy Isley. I didn't watch the fight, but this young man, he came over with him a victory. So let's give a shout out and a round of applause to Troy Isley. You know, I don't really know who he is, but he got him a victory tonight. We got to give him, you know what I'm saying, so a round of applause for that. You know, we got to talk about a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Illuminati, what's up with you, my brother? Thank you for tuning in. Of course, we about to preach that fire, man. We got that dragon mouth over here. You understand me? We give it to you raw and uncut. You understand me? Man. Y'all seen my videos. Y'all seen my shorts. You know how I feel about the heinous. Ryan Garcia then retired. Lord have mercy. But Ryan Garcia, while you retiring, you know, take your time. Work on your craft. Don't be out there drinking. Don't be out there partying. Go and take your time and study on your craft. Get with Floyd Mayweather. Call Floyd Mayweather, fly to Dubai, wherever he at, and ask him to train you for a year. So when you come back decent. You come back heavy. You understand me? Even if you got to pay him, go over there and see Floyd, work on your craft for 1 year and come back dangerous. You know, I'm a fan of Ryan Garcia. I'm a fan of a lot of fighters, you know, but I still go in on them, and I still don't believe that Ryan Garcia went out there and took steroids. But that's just me. You know, everybody got a right to their opinion. You know, they like Escalades. Everybody got one, except me. Except me. But we're going to talk about the sport of boxing. You know, I came on a little late tonight. But, you know, we're going to do what we do, baby. We're going to do what we do. You know, Devin Haney out here. They got his one loss removed. I don't care. You still lost. I don't care. You still lost. Bill Haney, I need to talk to you. I need to talk to you. Well, I gotta go in on you. I don't know why y'all out here playing. You know, y'all got to remember, when Regis Prograis fought Devin Haney, he brought the fact that they paid for a loss to get away from Mexico. They say Devin Haney, remember Riley even said this, Riley Romero said that Devin Haney really lost in Mexico. They took that from the guy who won. Now, we got another situation where Ryan beat him up, and he still got an O. So, sounds like something is going on behind the scenes with the Haneys. And like I said, what are the Haneys doing? What are y'all doing? How is it that y'all losing and coming back with zeros? Somebody getting some money, y'all. You think Devin finna fight within a year, or he finna wait for Ryan? Devin's supposed to be fighting Sandor Amar. You know, he's supposed to be trying to get his confidence back after that devastating beating he took. You know, but Devin, I told y'all, all Sandor Amar got to do is flinch with a left hand. Just flinch with a left, Sandor, and you're going to see him ball up. You know how people be shell shocked when they be in the military after they see some gunshots or you get shot? All you got to do is Sandor, throw that left and see how you ball up. Daddy. They might stop the fight. That's all Sandor got to do is throw a left punch. Throw a left hand punch, and they're going to stop the fight. You know how it go. Is Leon Power any good? Fucking dirty Aussies. Hey, man, you know, he good. He beat the boogeyman. He got to be good. He beat the fighter that everybody's circling around but don't want to talk about and fight. So he got to be good. Shout out to Poirot. Leon Poirot. Shout out to him. He did what he was supposed to do. Paul Masters, thank you for tuning in. Godson, thank you for tuning in. Minnie Mills, Roderick, all y'all, thank y'all for tuning in. Sleepless, thank you. They gave Devin his O back, but they won't take away that. Oh, no, they can never take that back. Oh, no. Now when you can go online and continue to see what happened to him and them left hooks knocking him down, y'all can take the O that we'll never forget. We'll never forget. You understand me? John Doe, what's up with you? Easy. I keep hearing Devin lost in Mexico. Where did it come from? Oh, Regis Prograis was saying that. Riley Romero was saying that he actually lost in Mexico, and they went back and somehow, some way got it contested, and he got his O back. This is second time. We know it happened one time, but this is supposed to be his second time getting his O back. Devin, and you lost Lomachenko. I don't know why y'all fans keep on getting here fighting against the grain and trying your best to tell Easy that, you know, he really won against Lomachenko. He did not. I watched that fight twice, back to back, counted on paper, round for round. 7 rounds to 5, Lomachenko. 7 rounds to 5, Lomachenko. Lomachenko beat Devin Haney. That's why they disappeared for 2 months. They didn't want to talk to nobody or nothing. And then when Shakur Stevenson jumped in the ring, they opened up a gateway, another dimension. You seen how they had them ropes? When Shakur Stevenson got in the ring, I'm number one. This is what Devin said. I'm number one. I ain't number one. And when it ran out the ring, I ain't number one. And when it ran out the ring, boy, you know you don't want to see Shakur. You don't want to see. He don't want to rematch with Loma. He don't want to rematch with Loma. Lomachenko beat that boy. Like Adrian Broner say, I beat that boy. Lomachenko beat that boy. No cap. No racism. I know y'all want me to go for the black fighter, but I watched that fight 2 times back to back. Loma beat that boy. First time I heard of Leo Perot, he hurt and gave Kerr a black eye in sparring. So he's the real deal for sure. And he beat Montana Love and now Serber Matias at 140. Matias, the boogeyman. Yes, sir. Minnie Mills, thank you for the donation, man. Support the channel. Support the channel. Thank you, my brother. Good to see somebody with actual facts about the Loma fight. Everybody know what happened that night. Yeah, but they don't want to admit it. A lot of these black channels running around here want to keep giving it to Devin Haney. Body shots don't win fights. All right? Them body shots that y'all talking about was landing with the right hand, was getting blocked by Lomachenko elbows. Majority of them was getting blocked by his elbows. Lomachenko landed the cleanest punches in that fight. Did enough to win that fight, and they gave it to Devin. Devin, you and your daddy is scumbags. Y'all scumbags. I'm going to say that from now until the year 3000. Devin Haney and his father are scumbags, and they pay for victories. But we ain't going to never forget what happened to you. None of them boys want to see Shakur, not even Loma himself. You know Bob Arum could have set up that fight. Bob Arum know what was going to happen to Lomachenko, just like Manny Pacquiao versus Terrence Crawford. Under the same umbrella, they didn't want that fight because they knew that Terrence Crawford was going to beat the hell out of Manny Pacquiao. You know, it's a video going around that I seen about with what's his name, Stephen A. Smith, when he was talking to Terrence Crawford about it, and that's when Terrence Crawford exposed the fact that he was going to beat the hell out of Manny Pacquiao, but they wouldn't give him the fight. You ought to see the comments. Oh, you would never beat Manny Pacquiao. That never would happen. Then why didn't it happen? Why didn't it happen? Terrence Crawford would have mollywopped Manny Pacquiao. Huh? You seen what happened at 147, right? He wanted to go after Spence, but he didn't go after Crawford. He wanted to go after Spence, but he didn't go after Crawford. All of a sudden, your boy Errol Spence get an eye injury. And then he go get on the plane. His retina torn from a headbutt. Who he was boxing, a cone head? Who he was sparring, a cone head? To detach your retina with a headbutt? He must have been sparring a cone head. But y'all believed it. Y'all believed it. And then he go get on a plane and go cross seas with a detached retina. And go look that up. Eye injuries, you shouldn't get on the plane. Huh, fool? Huh, fool? I just give it to you raw. I give it to you raw. Now the hangers over there crying, the WBC corruption. Oh, Devin, Golden Boy ain't paid me. We ain't got all our money yet. Why you so focused on that money like that? Did you just get 1.something million for Ryan Gordon? But I know that's why y'all so worried about that money that's coming in, because you spent your money paying Victor Conte and that lady who resigned. That's why you waiting on that other back end money, because you spent the money that Ryan Garcia gave you when he came in overweight. You paid that to Victor Conte. and USADA or VADA, whoever the hell he got his strings attached to. That's why you focused on that money like that, ain't you? I mean, I know Ryan is focused on it too. You know, you go out there and you fight, you know, everybody want their money. They want their check. It's just like going to work at a regular job. I want my check. But it seems like you're more focused on getting your money because you sent your money elsewhere to pay for that zero back. But the thing is, we got to tell the Haney's is, now that we know how to beat you, your blueprint is out there. You know, throw some left hooks. Devin can't see them. You know, stand in front of them, throw combinations. You'll knock Devin out. All you really have to do, which I told y'all, take Devin Haney jab away and throw when he's throwing, and you can knock Devin Haney out. Just go look at my old videos. I've been saying this for the long. Throw with Devin while he's throwing. Take his jab away. Same thing with Errol Spence. A lot of y'all thinking Errol Spence going to go out there and beat Fundora. All Fundora has to do is jab with the jabber. I'm seeing the videos about Roy Jones. Roy Jones can't train Errol Spence. Roy Jones was built off athleticism. That's why when Roy Jones Jr. got old, he started losing. Roy don't really have the fundamentals of a Floyd Mayweather or a Terrence Crawford. He didn't need them. But let's not forget the steroids. Let's not forget the steroids. Roy Jones Jr. ain't no good trainer. This is no disrespect. As a black man, this brother risked his life. Shout out to you, Roy Jones. I'll never bad. You got way more money than me. I could never look down on you or nothing. But you ain't no good trainer. You the same trainer that sent Chris Eubank Jr. in there fighting like you. I'm going to say that again so you understand. He sent Chris Eubank Jr. in the ring fighting like him. What trainer would allow that? Chris Eubank, you ain't got my athleticism. You ain't got the mindset and the footwork and what God gave me, my God-given talent to go out there and fight like me. What trainer will allow that? What trainer won't step in and say, hey, you ain't me. We got to figure out what works for you best. Don't go out there fighting like me. But this Roy Jones Jr., who y'all's going to see, oh, Roy trained an Errol. And a shout out to Bushido Boxing. I seen a little clip. I don't know if it's true or not. But if Roy Jones Jr. finna train Errol Spence Jr., he finna lose again. Roy Jones Jr., undisputed, Hall of Famer, but he can't train a dog to sit down. He can't train a dog to sit down. So don't think he's going to be out there helping Errol. Errol's still going to lose when he fight Fundora. It's going to be a bloody, bloody mess out there. I'm telling you. There's going to be blood everywhere. Fundora going to open them up. Long layoff. One-dimensional. Stop his jab. He has nothing. Tim Tszyu would have did a better. Tim Tszyu was doing a better job. Thank you, Blueprint. Thank you. Easy ESPN just leaked Tank Loma fight during the fights. It might happen. It's going to happen. Easy Roy Jones Jr. was a phenomenal boxer, but he made him. But what made him look so good? His speed, his power, and athletics, and steroids. I don't know why y'all keep acting like Roy Jones wasn't on steroids. Well, I know because I'm black. I ain't supposed to say that. I also said we keep it fair and square over here. Roy Jones was on steroids. He was on steroids. Take none away from him because most fighters a lot of fighters that didn't get caught was on steroids. You see what I'm saying? I'm not knocking Roy Jones Jr., one of the best that ever did it, but he used steroids. I saw Roy Jones Jr. semi-train David Benavidez. Or was this just during training camp? I don't know why. We talking about the David Benavidez that just went up to 175 and realized them fighters up there, even fighting a guy that just got knocked out years ago, he couldn't really do too much. He wasn't no monster that night. And now he going back to 168. You talking about that David Benavidez? You talking about weight bullet David Benavidez? Going down to 168, beating up on Caleb Plants and Demetrius Andrade and everybody else, but didn't fight David Morrell. Duck David Morrell, because David Morrell is a skill-set fighter. Duck David Morrell. But goes up to 175, fight a guy that's 38 years old, ain't been in the ring in years, and look bad. Couldn't even get him out of there. Now they talking about he had an injury, so-called. Talking about that David Benavidez. Yeah. Canelo waiting on him. Keep coming down. Keep draining yourself, make 168. Canelo gonna get out. That would be a good fight. I would love to see a Blueprint. Long versus Tank. But I would love to see Shakur versus Tank before that. Pablo versus Richard Hitchens. Richard Hitchens, no. We just seen him lose his last fight for real and they gave it to him. Richard Hitchens is another Devin Haney. Richard Hitchens is another Devin Haney. Just dark skin. Just dark skin. That's all. Yes, Pyro beats Hitchens. Versus Abdullah. Easy. Devin finna get stripped by the WBC if he don't fight Sandor. We don't know because the Haney's pay for everything. So we don't know. He shouldn't be champion anyway. I guess he run around with the little belt. He still consider himself champion, but we know who the real champion is. But they probably gonna strip him if the Haney's ain't paying out no money. We gotta remember Jamal Charlo kept his belt for 2 years. And he didn't fight nobody. So they might not strip him. Devin Haney and them got big money over there. They'll send out a check to Mauricio. Hey, let us keep this belt for a little while longer. We want to be the champ. Which we're really not the champ. But you know how that's gonna go. I can't wait to see Terrence Crawford, fight again on August 3rd. It's a long way to go. Long way to go. But I got him beating Madrimov, later in the rounds. Madrimov make a lot of mistakes. He still fights like an amateur. Keep his hands down. He lunges in. I'm expecting that fight to look like Jeff Horn versus Terrence Crawford in the later round. A lot of people going to underestimate Terrence Crawford. Madrimov is a bigger guy. He's strong. He punches hard. But I see Terrence Crawford in the later rounds in the early rounds going to his body, maneuvering, using his footwork. 7th, 8th, Madrimov might be out of there by 10 rounds. Take him to deep waters and drown him. That's what I think Terrence going to do to him. Now they got Ryan Garcia retiring, man, missing out on all that bread. That's a sad situation. This man could have fought anybody coming up from 147 to 140, man. Major money coming up for Ryan Garcia. And now he got to retire. But Ryan, like I said, go get with you a trainer. Go get with Floyd Mayweather. Somebody teach you some skills. Stop you from balling up like you finna dive in 12 feet in a swimming pool. And, man, come back stronger. Come back even more worse and dangerous than you were. Come back stronger, worse than you were before with that left hand, with more abilities, using that jab, using that right hand with power in it. And, man, not balling up, straight defense, head movement, ducking on the shots. Man, get you a real trainer while you out. I'm riding with you, Ryan Garcia. I'm riding with you. Crawford says Madrimov is the best at 54. I think he is because he's the only one in the division who can switch like Bud. I do think Bud's a whole nother level and could stop him in 2-3 rounds. I don't think Bud gonna stop match him up in 2-3 rounds. I think Bud gonna fill him out first. If Bud were to stop him from his amateur ways and how he fights, Bud will probably get him out there. Like I'm predicting the 10th. You know, Bud like to play with you and beat you up. You know, he like to sit there and beat on you for a minute. I don't know what's wrong with Bud. Bud a little insane in the head. You know, he got that street mentality like hell. He could have knocked out Errol Spence more earlier than he did. Bud literally wanted to beat on Errol Spence if y'all pay attention to that fight. He could have been knocked Errol Spence out. Especially from the 5th round and up. Bud really wanted to beat on Errol Spence. Bud, I don't know what's in that dude's head, but Bud on another level, bro. He got a mean streak. He got a switch in his head. He got a switch, and when he hit that switch, he turned into a whole. He go from Terrence to Bud. See, I think Terrence Crawford got 2 different sides to him. He got Terrence, the boxer, and then he got Bud, the dude from Omaha, the dude that was fighting in the street. And when he switch on with his technical ability and his boxing IQ and go into Bud, you in trouble. You in trouble. He was Bud that night when he fought Errol Spence Jr. See, Terrence Crawford wouldn't have went over to that corner and grabbed his nuts at Charlo and said, "You next." See, that wasn't Terrence Crawford. That was Bud. Do you feel what I'm saying? That wasn't Terrence Crawford that night when he went over there and said, "You next." That was Bud went over there in that corner and pointed at Jermell Charlo in front of his wife and told him, "Oh, you next." And since then, what Jermell Charlo then did? Relinquish his belts. Talking about he had seizures. He having seizures. I bet you he is having seizures. Because Terrence going to have you shaking in the ring too. Terrence is going to have you shaking in the ring too. This dude relinquished every belt he had. Let him go. What about Benavidez versus Bivol? Morrell, can you speak on if both of them were to happen? Morrell give both of them trouble. Morrell is a boxer like Bivol is a boxer. I'll pick Morrell over Bivol, but I'll pick Bivol over Benavidez. I think Morrell can beat both of them. From his youth, his agility, his skill set, I think he'll beat both of them. It's a reason why David Benavidez didn't fight Morrell. He said he was cleaning out division for Canelo to fight him, but you left one fighter out there, which is Morrell. You left one fighter out there, which is Morrell. Why didn't you fight Morrell? You could have fought Morrell. That would have gave you a title that you, even though it's not the super title, you could have fought Morrell and got that WBA strap. You could have fought Morrell and got that WBA strap. There still have been something around your waist at 168. Make it more possible for Canelo. You know what I'm saying? Even though he got the super title, make him come towards you. Hey, I done cleaned out everybody. Ain't nobody left but me. Stop waiting on fighters to move up and from 160 to 168, and then you challenge them. Come fight me. The reason I think he'll stop him early is because Bud knows he's getting early and will stop playing and get them out of there like he could have. True. But then Bud could realize he's getting older and turn from Bud to Money Bud. See, once a fighter gets older and he's experienced so much in the ring, he doesn't have to be that ego fighter that has to go out there and knock everybody out. You see what I'm saying? Now I know my experience. I know my IQ. I know that a lot of these guys ain't on my level like Floyd Mayweather did. I don't have to go out there and be too aggressive. Being too aggressive may get me knocked out. And people have to remember, Bud is a fighter that don't drink, don't smoke. This dude used to be a wrestler. All you used to do was see him in the gym. A lot of people looking at Bud 36, Bud this age and that age. But his body is like a 25-year-old. His body is like a 25-year-old. He don't smoke, he don't drink. We ain't never seen Bud drunk like we didn't seen David Benavidez, like we didn't seen Errol Spence. We ain't never seen that. I think Morrell is secretly the best at 65, 68, and 75. He KOs everybody at 68, including Nello himself and most people at 75, aside from Bivol. Bivol could beat Morrell. That's 50-50. It's 50-50, but I think his youth will come out on top against Bivol. His agility, his athleticism, his movement will come out on top against Bivol. Bivol a stand-up guy. I'm predicting that Bivol beats Beterbiev whenever the fight should happen. But, I think Morrell, got their number, man. That's just me. I talked about, Shakur Stevenson, versus Tank. A lot of people disagree. Oh, Shakur has no power. Floyd Mayweather had no power either. And he 50-0. Not comparing the two, but y'all want to talk about power. Power don't win fights by themselves. It's good to have it. But power is like a missile that don't land. You got to hit something. And we got to look at the stats of Shakur Stevenson. The man barely gets hit. He barely gets hit. He dodges punches. He leans back. Tank got short arms. Tank going to have to do a lot of work to get inside against Shakur. Shakur is not going to go stand in a corner and allow himself to get punched on. That's what y'all forgetting. Oh, you crazy easy for sitting up here saying that Shakur could beat Tank. Well, let's see if that's his next fight. Because he's going to go the easy route, which is a payday, the business side of boxing. You can't blame him for that. Lomachenko and Tank is a big money fight. It is a big money fight. But also, Shakur versus Tank is a big money fight. So what is he doing? He's going the easy route. Like Errol Spence Jr. That's why him and Errol Spence Jr. homeboys. Let's just call it the Al Heyman way. Let's just call it the Al Heyman way. A lot of us say it's the Floyd way. It's the Al Heyman way. Made by Floyd Mayweather. Oh, Floyd taught me, y'all go out there and fight the easiest fights, and then you go after the hard fight. Shakur gonna beat the hell out of Devin Haney. I mean, not Devin Haney, but I'm sorry, Tank Davis. But I think we'll see a new version of Bud where he will start to finish people and stop playing with them because he ain't getting any younger. Oh, I think I already read that. Tank got T-Rex arms. Yeah, but you got to remember about the T-Rex arm situation. And I'm just being 50-50 in them. T-Rex arms, he could still get close to Shakur Stevenson. He could possibly knock Shakur Stevenson out. I just think that Shakur Stevenson is more smart enough with a jab that's better enough, and his footwork from jumping back and dodging punches and not barely getting hit will beat Tank. The T-Rex arms don't mean nothing. Mike Tyson had T-Rex arms as a heavyweight. He still was able to get inside and knock people out. And Tank can do it too. But I just think that Shakur has enough ability, IQ, defense, where that won't matter against Tank. Y'all got to remember, Frank Martin just held Tank down for rounds. Let's just imagine Frank Martin wouldn't win in that corner. Let's just imagine Frank Martin wouldn't have went in that corner. We probably would have seen the upset that night. We probably would have seen the upset. I already had Beaver being Beterbiev, and now he tore his knee. He gonna be out of. He gonna beat out of him. Man, it's gonna be a long time for the fight now, man. Better be ain't finna jump in there like that against no Bivol. I think Bivol aged out better be for 5 years. That fight ain't finna have no time soon, man. If he messed up his knee, which we ain't seen no proof, I be wanting to see proof. Show me paperwork. Make a video of you going to the doctor. I want to see proof when these fighters say they injured, because I know that's the new era. That's a new era way of ducking too. Oh, I'm injured. You injured right before you go fight the guy that we think can possibly beat you. You injured. Okay. Show us proof. Show us proof. That's all. Facts. Curry got the total package. I think I always had him the last man standing. Him and Tank being the last two. They are. Him and Tank is the last two in 135. But see, here's the thing, though. I want them to fight Teofimo Lopez. I want all them. I don't hear nobody screaming Teofimo. And that go for Shakur, too. I hear Keyshawn Davis talking, but Keyshawn Davis call out everybody with a name. I don't hear none of them call out Teofimo. Now, I know people going to sit and say, well, Teofimo got a loss. He lost to Camboza. So, a loss don't mean nothing. Don't nobody call out Teofimo besides Devin Haney, and that fight never happened itself. I want to see them fight Teofimo Lopez. Let me put it to you like this. I would rather see Teofimo Lopez fight Shakur Stevenson first before he fight Tank. If Shakur Stevenson go out there and beat the hell out of Teofimo, Tank don't stand a chance. If Shakur Stevenson go out there and beat the hell out of Teofimo, Tank don't stand a chance. That's what I want to see. I want to see them fight. Teofimo will beat Perot. Styles make fights. Teofimo got a whole different style. Teofimo will beat Perot. There's once upon a time I had Teo and Tank, but that nigga got too many mental issues going on. When Teofimo is a focused Teofimo, he's an unbeatable Teofimo. Y'all got to see what he did to Josh Taylor. Y'all remember what he did to Josh Taylor? That's when I became a real Teofimo Lopez fan. When I seen him go out there and put a massacre on Josh Taylor. Teofimo is a difficult fighter to fight. Now, I will say this about Teofimo Lopez because he was trained by nothing but his dad. He has gaps in his abilities. Teofimo is a Roy Jones Jr. in a new era. Teofimo can box a little, but his game is built off his athleticism. If Teofimo was to leave his daddy and get him a real trainer, Teofimo would be deadly. Just like Sean Porter. If Sean Porter would have left his daddy and got a real trainer, he'd have been deadly. Teofimo is something to deal with. If Teofimo get rid of his father, he's dangerous. Sean Porter would have got rid of his father. He's dangerous. I'm talking about teaching the fundamentals. Sean Porter already had a great jab. It was just his daddy with that rock'em sock'em robot mentality. Jump in on the side. Jump in on this side. Fight him. Turn him. Sean Porter had great movement. Sean Porter had the legs. Sean Porter had the jab. His dad had to fight him, had him fighting like he was still playing football. Not to knock Kenny Porter, even though Kenny Porter dissed a lot of fans. We talking about most of the folks who talking about my son is ducking Errol Spence can't even afford to come to the fight. I lost all respect for you, Kenny. I lost all respect for you, Kenny, when you did that. You gonna go at the fans? You gonna dog the fans because they saying your son didn't want to fight Errol Spence Jr. at the time? You gonna dog us? Henry Garcia, even Bill Scumbag Haney. Even Bill Scumbag Haney was smart enough to let his son go out there and get trained by Floyd Mayweather Sr. Ryan Garcia dad stepped aside. Let Derrick James step in. This is a dangerous sport. Your son could get killed. Why not let him get an expert who's been in the ring to teach him something? I want Antonio Tarver to train Devin Haney. Huh? I want Antonio Tarver to train Devin Haney. You heard me? A guy that been in the ring before. A champion before. You understand me? Put him and let him train Devin Haney. Along with what Floyd Mayweather Sr. showed him. I remember that Superman punch he landed on Taylor. I think he landed multiple going off memory. Teofimo a bad boy. They don't call out Teofimo. They don't say nothing about Teofimo. All them highlighted fighters, even Shakur. I'm going to say it. Y'all think I ain't going to go in on Shakur too? Do you hear Shakur Stevenson calling out Teofimo? You got your cheerleader behind you talking about he want to fight. Keyshawn Davis, your cheerleader, talking about he want to fight Teofimo. They don't call out T.O. Shakur don't call out T.O. Shakur go fight Teofimo Lopez right now and beat him. A Tank fight coming up soon. Are we going to see the real Tank? You got to challenge yourself to be great in this sport, man. You got to challenge yourself. Move up. Challenge Teofimo, Shakur. And if you beat Teofimo, Tank ain't got no choice but to step up to you. See, Shakur's problem is Shakur has to stay consistent. Show up in fights. Like you came in Devin Haney ring, you should have showed up that night when Tank beat Frank Martin. Show up in everybody fights when they lose. I want you. You a chump. You a bum. I'll beat you. I'll embarrass you in front of the public. He got to do that. You ain't gonna get nobody in the ring talking about, oh, you beefing with Floyd Mayweather. You should be coming at me. You should be talking. That ain't gonna get him in the ring. You got to literally go out. Let me tell you something. Jack Johnson used to have to go across seas and follow people to get a fight. Y'all remember when we seen what's his name from New York? I got Let's Go Champ. Let's Go Champ. What's his name? The guy who Let's Go Champ. He was following Vladimir Klitschko around the world to try to get a fight. That's how you get a fight. Roberto Duran disrespected Sugar Ray Leonard's wife to get him in the ring. If Ryan Garcia would have wanted to fight Caleb Plant, don't you think disrespecting his wife like he just did and how Caleb Plant just slapped Ryan Garcia, don't you think Caleb Plant would have accepted that fight? Shannon Briggs, that's his name. Jack Johnson had to go across seas and follow a man to become the first black heavyweight champion in the world. You ain't gonna get no fight by being happy. and talking respectful about a fighter. You got to go in there and make him want to fight you. Every chance you get, every opportunity, every time a camera in your face, stop ducking me. You a bum. Your mama raised a bum. That's why your daddy left your mama, because you a bum. You see what I'm saying? This is how you get a fight in the ring, man. I ain't finna show you zero. I ain't finna show you no respect. When Floyd Mayweather stood in front of Oscar De La Hoya, in front of all them fans, he said, "You a bum. I'm gonna beat you. You ain't on my level. I'm gonna make sure. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna beat you." You seen what Floyd, how he disrespected Oscar De La Hoya when he got in his face? That's how you go in there and beat your fighter. Beat a fighter that they think they above you. A highlighted fighter, pay-per-view star, a fighter like Tank. You don't go in there asking them questions. Oh, you think I'm clout chasing? I'm not clout chasing like the rest. I'm just trying to win. No, you go in there. I'm gonna beat your mama ass. I'm gonna beat you. I'm gonna beat your mama up too. You say anything you gotta do to get them in the ring. You say anything. And after that, when the fight over with, if you win, brother, I apologize. I had to say whatever to get you in the ring. Tell your mama, tell your wife I'm gonna send them some flowers. It wasn't like that. I just had to say what was necessary to get you to fight me. But these are different times. These are different times. I guess you could say a lot of these fighters are scary. I guess you could say that. Would you say that? Would you say, who would you say win Tank T.O.? Teofimo. Teofimo. I think Teofimo will beat Tank. Yeah. Teofimo will beat Tank. I say 9 rounds to 3. 9 rounds to 3. Possibly by KO, but I think decision mostly. When I think Shakur ain't called out T.O. for the simple reason he lost to Kambosos and had issues with Martin. But Teofimo is a name. Don't matter who he lost to. Don't matter who he lost to. He's a name, a big name. See, one thing about Teofimo, you can say what you want about Teofimo. He go for the big challenges. He was the first one to fight Lomachenko when nobody wanted to. Huh, fool? Huh, fool? Teofimo was the first one to fight Lomachenko when nobody wanted to. Out of the 4 that's out there, Shakur, Devin, Tank. They didn't want to go see Lomachenko. T.O. did. Teofimo moved to 140 and beat the man at 140, Josh Taylor. Josh Taylor. Teofimo is the man at 140. Am I lying? Sergio Matias was the boogeyman, really with no challenges, no real resume, nobody with a big name under him. He was just the boogeyman. Teofimo is the man at 140. He beat Josh Taylor. And also Jack Catterall behind Teofimo Lopez. Now, see, that's the fight we should see. Jack Catterall versus Teofimo. Because really, Jack Catterall was the undisputed champion of the world. He beat Josh Taylor and beat him again. That's why Bob Arum had the hissy fit. Come on, rock with Easy, man. Easy gonna tell the truth. Easy gonna give you the truth. Yes, I got T.O. We gonna see. We shall see. Sleepless. We shall see. T.O. was an underdog. Was an underdog, and he went at the head honcho. He went at the head honcho. I think Tank sleep T.O. Now, if he's healthy minded T.O., then it's a toss up. Man, T.O. will beat the hell out of Tank. Have you ever heard Tank mention T.O.? Jack Catterall has a style. His style is different. I know a lot of y'all didn't watch Jack Catterall. Even when you watched him beating Josh Taylor for the second time, you were like, this dude beating up Josh Taylor? It's his style. It's how he fight. Style makes fights. Josh Taylor can't fight behind a jab anyway. If you put a jab in Josh Taylor's face, you will beat Josh Taylor. Go back and watch Josh Taylor versus Jose Ramirez. Jose Ramirez was winning 3 rounds straight when he was using his jab. When he let Josh Taylor start doing that phone booth fighting, he started losing. Put a jab in front of Josh Taylor. Remember, they were even talking about Josh Taylor versus Terrence. Terrence Crawford would have beat the soul. Would have beat the soul out of Josh Taylor. Put a jab in his face. Virgil Ortiz too. Remember me saying this. The first time y'all gonna see Virgil Ortiz lose, it's gonna be a fighter with a good, decent jab that throws it. Virgil Ortiz is gonna lose to a fighter that can throw a jab. I seen it. Virgil Ortiz fight exactly like Oscar Valdez. He can rumble and he can box. But if you put a jab in front of Virgil Ortiz, he loses his mind. He doesn't know what to do. He don't know what to do. He don't know what to do. I'm telling y'all. Like I said again, shout out to Troy Isley. He did his thing. Shout out to Troy Isley. That's a fighter to look up. Keyshawn Davis, stop playing. You got a lot of fighters you go out there and fight. Stop calling out people's names that you know you ain't going to fight. Then Shakur finna be a free agent. Where should Shakur Stevenson go? Where should Shakur Stevenson go as a free agent? Boots and Terrence Bud Crawford can whoop Virgil Ortiz. I think Tim Tszyu can, as well as that'll be a good. The reason Tim Tszyu versus Virgil Ortiz would be a good fight is because Tim Tszyu doesn't really use a jab. That would be a firefight. That would be a firefight. But Tim Tszyu, his doctor told him he couldn't get back in the ring. It was too early. That man had a gash this thick in his head. This damn thick. Tim Tszyu shouldn't got back in the ring, try to get back in the ring that early. Because all you had to do was overhand hit him in the top of his head to open the cut back up. It's soft right there. It's soft. If you would have hit Tim Tszyu right back in there and open that cut up, it's the same thing. He shouldn't have got back, but he wanted to come back and redeem himself fast. Just like Devin Haney wanted to come back and redeem himself fast. After a loss. It would have been a total different situation. That fight against Fundora if that gash wouldn't have been there. Tim would have won. Tim would have beat Fundora. He was catching him early in the fight. I watched the fight. But Tim has no business getting back in the ring when he got a gash the size of your finger in the middle of his head. Because I would have told my fighter, If I was training whoever fight Tim Tszyu, Virgil Ortiz, overhand right him in the top of his head. Overhand right him in the top of his, open that wound back up. It's too early. So that was good that they stopped that fight from happening. It's sad that Tim's team, see, this is why I be telling y'all about trainers, about the people that's behind you in the sport of boxing. If Tim Tszyu would have been my fighter and I'm earning my 10% from out his pocket, Tim, I know you want to go out there and redeem yourself. I know you just lost your title to Fundora. You pissed off. Tim, we ain't got no business going back out there right now, baby. You just had a gash in your head this big. We got to let it heal. We can't go back out there right now. Calm down. Calm down, soldier. Take a break. Let your head heal. Because if I was the trainer of your opponent, I would tell them to punch you in the top of your head. I would keep telling them to punch you in the top of your head to open that wound up. Slow down. We're going to get it back. And this coming from somebody who don't like Tim Tszyu. I don't like Tim Tszyu personally. I feel like he was too arrogant and accomplished nothing. Had some good fights, beat some people. But I feel like Tim Tszyu was too arrogant. No, I'm not going to send you back out there like that. I'm not going to let you go out there and get hit in the top of your head and then that wound open back up. And then we got to wait 2 years. No, take your time. We'll come back and get it. We'll come back and get the victory. Somehow, some way. I've never heard of them. Y'all got to remember I be at work too. I be at work a lot. So, you know what I'm saying? I don't really have time. I drive, so I can't use my phone to watch a lot of clips. I have 10-minute breaks. 10-minute breaks. And in them 10 minutes, I'm handling business. I'm calling people. I'm texting people. I can't watch fight hype and stuff all day. I'm sorry I'm not these other channels. Salute to them who can do it, but I can't. I have to work. That's why I tell y'all, support the channel. Let's go to Cash App. Support the channel. You know, I actually work. And that's no hating to anybody who don't have to. Some of these dudes been in the military, like World Combat Sports. These dudes that earn their check to sit at home. Some of them have platforms that's big enough for them to sit at home. I don't. That's why I ask you share, subscribe, and let other people know about Easy Work Boxing. But you know, it's a lot going on in the sport, man. What you guys say about Roy possibly change? I just talked about that. Roy Jones Jr. is not a good trainer. This is the same dude let Chris Eubank Jr. go in there and fight like him. This is the same dude where he was built off athleticism, steroids, and what God gave him, reflexes. Roy's not a good trainer for fundamentals. I know they're going to sound weird to people, but if you're a real boxing fan and you're not a casual, you'll understand what I'm saying. Roy beat a lot of people because he had athleticism, reflexes, and steroid usage. Floyd, in his later age, won by fundamentals and skills. That's why he never lost. Roy started losing when he lost his athleticism, when he lost his reflexes, when he couldn't move too fast. Not hating, just telling you the truth. We got 6 minutes left on the channel. We got 6 minutes left on the channel. I got to go to work tomorrow. I just get on here because I love doing this. So please support the channel. One thing I will say about Tank Davis is that he has taken a lot of zeros. I saw it today on Facebook. Tank is taking a lot of zeros. And that may be, credible to people who are not, who are casuals. Oh, he took a lot of zeros. But look at the names on them zeros. Look what they had to go through for him to get them zeros. Had to move up rehydration clauses. Rehydration clauses. Look what these people had to go through to get their O2. Now Frank Martin is different. Full credit. Deserved the victory. Even though Frank Martin was still an amateurish fighter, which I kept telling y'all, a lot of y'all, Tank gonna beat him. Frank gonna beat Tank. It's gonna be an upset. He too big. He got power too. He got speed. This is what wins in boxing. This. Tank could knock out Arnold Schwarzenegger, Wesley Snipes, Bruce Lee in boxing. Bruce Lee in boxing. It's about your knowledge in the sport that you know, which is boxing. Tank could knock out Bruce Lee because there ain't no leg kicking. One thing I used to know is about Floyd Mayweather and martial arts, deception. Deception is a key to victory as well. Floyd Mayweather used to literally look at the ground and come up and punch a fighter in their face. Floyd Mayweather used to look into the mat and punch your fighter in their face. All them clean shots you seen Floyd getting on most of his opponents, because Floyd be sitting there right there in the high guard, and they watching his eyes, and Floyd look down at the floor and come up and hit them straight in their face. In martial arts, deception is a major key in victory. When you rocking with Easy, you rocking with the best, baby. See, I probably ain't got a big channel. That's why I asked y'all to share the videos. Share the videos. Talk about your boy Easy Work Boxing. When you on other channels, say, man, y'all check out that boy Easy, man. He get it to your fair and square. Now, you ain't got to donate to the channel if you don't want to. You can donate by spreading the name, the knowledge. I give it to you real, baby. I give it to you real. I'm gonna hop on some more channels. A lot of channels don't like me because they can't compete with me. When it comes to that boxing, they can't compete with me. But I'm probably finna hop on some more channels. Then I gotta cook me something to eat and get ready for work. I just want to tell y'all, man, I love y'all. For those who ride with your boy Easy, stay subscribed. I just give it to you how I feel, man. And I thank y'all for y'all love and y'all support. You know what I'm saying? May God bless you, you and your family this weekend. Y'all be safe. Stay tuned, because Easy gonna keep putting them up, baby. We up out of here. We gonna keep rocking.